So the world doesn't need more mental health providers or more mental health programs or more mental health services. The world doesn't need that. No, no. Because we've talked about this before, because again, our problem is not individual primarily. Now, as individuals, we're suffering. That's where the problems land and live. But our problem is cultural.
Same problem, different font.
Right. Our problem is cultural. We decided as a group that we should never have to tolerate anything that we don't want to tolerate. You should never be able to tell you, I should never be able to tell you something you don't want to hear. I should never be able to make you do anything you don't wish to do.
Change.
And to do any of those things is aggression and violence and bullying and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what happens is nowhere in our culture can anybody be required to learn and change. Nowhere in our culture can anybody be required to grow up and mature. And newsflash, humans don't do that unless they're made to.
Because it's not fun.
Because it sucks. That's our conundrum. We've created a culture in which no one has to do something, no one has to mature, no one has to grow up. And we've created this surrounded by a whole lot of beings who never wanted to do that in the first place. So now we're trapped. We're trapped inside this thing that we have made for ourselves. And we don't need more mental health services because, well, firstly, because mental health services are also a product of the same broken system. Mm-hmm. You know, all you're going to get from, not all, but I fear, the majority of mental health clinicians is just more reinforcement of the same nonsense that's got us here in the first place, right?
Right.
What we need is a return to wisdom. We need a return to wisdom. The wisdom, and I'm not suggesting that the middle to late 20th century was awesome in all ways, but it was the last place where we were still in touch collectively, sociologically, culturally, with the wisdom of being a person in the world and being able to function well. That's the last time we were in touch with that.
Right.
And again, there are some other things about that time frame that could just as well probably go away. Cool. But the idea is there that we were responsible to one another. The idea is there that we were responsible to the group. The idea is there that we were accountable to ourselves and to everybody else, and there was no escaping that.
Right.
And the wisdom there that you either came on board with the group to a significant degree, not entirely, but you either came on board or you stood on the outside. Mm. And that's what made the engine go. That's what made everybody's like, well, it was so much better then. That's what made it better.
Social correction.
Is we were required to join in or stand or be an outcast. You know? And again, I'm not suggesting that all of that is right or correct, but there's a wisdom there that we desperately need to return to. And until we get a line on that and are able to do it, collectively decide that's what we need, yeah, you can go to mental health clinicians the live long day, and all you're going to get is reinforcement of the problem we all have right now, is my fear.